Megalania prisca. Megalania prisca was the largest lizard to ever walk the earth, and it lived in Australia during the last ice age. This animal was a giant monitor lizard, related to modern Komodo dragons, but far more dangerous. Megalania could grow up to 7 meters long and weigh over 600 kilograms. That made it longer than a car and heavier than most modern predators in Australia today. This lizard ruled the land. It likely hunted giant kangaroos, Steropodon, large wombats, and any animal slow enough to get caught, like modern monitors. Megalania probably had venom. A single bite would weaken prey, causing massive blood loss and shock. It did not need to chase for long. It only needed to bite once and wait. Megalania had powerful legs, sharp claws, and a thick skull. It could ambush prey from bushes or forests, striking suddenly. Early humans arriving in Australia would have been easy targets. Stone tools and fire may have been the only things that gave humans a chance. Scientists believe Megalania went extinct around 40,000 years ago. This timing matches the arrival of humans. Humans burned landscapes, hunted large prey, and may have hunted Megalania itself. Once the big animals disappeared, Megalania lost its food source. When the ecosystem changed, the dragon had nowhere left to rule. Australia lost one of the most terrifying predators it ever produced, Kronosaurus queenslandicus. Kronosaurus queenslandicus was a massive sea predator that lived off the coast of Australia about 120 million years ago. It was a marine reptile, not a dinosaur, and belonged to a group called pliosaurs. Kronosaurus could grow over 10 meters long and had a head almost 3 meters long. This animal was built for killing. Its jaws were filled with thick, conical teeth designed to crush bone. Kronosaurus hunted fish, turtles, sharks, and other marine reptiles. It likely attacked from below, using surprise and raw power. Unlike fast swimmers like ichthyosaurs, Kronosaurus relied on strength. Once it grabbed prey, escape was impossible. Fossils show broken bones and crushed shells, proving how destructive its bite was. Kronosaurus lived in warm, shallow seas that once covered much of Australia. As sea levels changed and oceans cooled, its habitat slowly disappeared. Food chains collapsed, and large marine predators struggled to survive. By the end of the Cretaceous period, Kronosaurus was gone. It did not survive the massive changes in ocean life. Today, its fossils remind us that Australia once had ocean monsters as deadly as anything on land. Alright, I will be posting more videos here, so slam that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. This helps us to rank better in the YouTube algorithm. Genornis newtoni. Genornis newtoni was a giant flightless bird that lived in Australia until about 45,000 years ago. It stood over 2 meters tall and weighed more than 200 kilograms. It looked like a massive, thick-built emu with a heavy beak and powerful legs. This bird could not fly, but it was fast and strong. Genornis likely used its size to defend itself. A kick from this bird could seriously injure predators. It lived in open woodlands and near water sources, feeding on plants, fruits, and seeds. Genornis had few natural enemies before humans arrived. That changed quickly. Evidence shows humans collected and cooked its eggs. These eggs were enormous, larger than any bird egg today. Fossilized eggshells show burn marks from human fires. Egg harvesting was devastating. Even small losses can destroy a species, but Genornis lost entire generations. Adult birds were likely hunted as well. Climate change also played a role. Australia became drier, reducing food and water sources. Combined with human pressure, Genornis populations collapsed fast. Within a few thousand years, this giant bird vanished completely. It became one of the first large animals humans helped drive into extinction in Australia. Trilophosuchus rackhami. Trilophosuchus rackhami was a strange small crocodile that lived in Australia around 20 million years ago. Unlike modern crocodiles, this one did not live in rivers or swamps. It lived mostly on land. That already makes it unusual. Trilophosuchus was short and compact, about the size of a medium dog. It had a blunt snout, strong legs, and teeth designed more for crushing than slicing. Scientists believe it fed on small animals, insects, snails, and possibly eggs. It was not a giant killer, but it was a tough survivor. This crocodile likely lived in forests and dry woodland areas. It could walk and move quickly on land, unlike modern crocs that mostly crawl. That gave it access to food sources other crocodiles could not reach. much. Australia at the time had many strange land crocodiles. Trilophosuchus was part of that lost world. As the climate dried and forests shrank, these land crocs slowly disappeared. Rivers became more important, and crocodiles that depended on land lost their advantage. Competition from mammals also increased. New predators and scavengers made survival harder. Over time, Trilophosuchus vanished. Today, only river crocodiles remain. Trilophosuchus shows that crocodiles were once far more diverse than we imagine. Alcoota cleaver-headed crocodile. The Alcoota cleaver-headed crocodile was a massive and terrifying predator that lived in central Australia about 8 million years ago. Its skull was wide, flat, and shaped like a meat cleaver. This design allowed it to deliver extremely powerful bites. This crocodile was not just a fish eater. Its teeth were strong and thick, perfect for grabbing large prey. It likely hunted large mammals that came near water. Anything drinking at the edge of a river was at risk. The Alcoota region was once full of rivers, lakes, and wetlands. This crocodile ruled those waters. It may have reached lengths over 6 meters, making it one of the top predators of its time. As Australia dried out, rivers shrank. Large water systems disappeared. Giant crocodiles like this one lost their homes. Smaller crocodiles adapted better, but the giants could not. Without stable water and enough prey, the cleaver-headed crocodile slowly vanished. Its extinction marked the end of Australia's era of giant inland crocodiles. Bluff Downs giant python. The Bluff Downs giant python was one of the largest snakes ever found in Australia. It lived around 10 million years ago and may have grown over 8 meters long. This snake was thick, heavy, and powerful. Unlike venomous snakes, this python killed by constriction. It wrapped around prey and crushed it until breathing stopped. Large mammals, birds, and even young crocodiles were possible meals. This snake lived in warm forests and wetlands. Australia at the time was greener and wetter, perfect conditions for massive reptiles. The python relied on heat and cover to ambush prey. As climates cooled and dried, large snakes struggled. Big bodies need lots of food and stable warmth. When prey declined, the giant python could not survive. Smaller snakes adapted and lived on. The Bluff Downs python disappeared, leaving behind fossils that prove Australia once had snakes as terrifying as any monster story. Western Australian giant sauropod. The Western Australian giant sauropod was one of the largest dinosaurs to ever walk the continent. It lived around 100 million years ago and belonged to the long-necked sauropod group. These dinosaurs were massive plant eaters with long tails, thick legs, and endless necks. This sauropod likely weighed over 50 tons. It fed on treetops, stripping leaves using peg-like teeth. Its size alone was its defense. Few predators would dare attack an adult. At the time, Australia was connected to Antarctica and covered in forests. These giants moved in herds, slowly shaping the land as they fed. Their footsteps changed the ground itself. As continents drifted and climate shifted, sauropods vanished from Australia. Changing plant life and isolation made survival harder. The giant sauropod disappeared long before humans arrived. Today, only bones remain to show Australia once had dinosaurs as large as anything on Earth. Steropodon gelmani. Steropodon gelmani was one of the oldest mammals ever found in Australia. It lived around 110 million years ago during the age of dinosaurs. Steropodon was an early monotreme related to modern platypuses and echidnas. This animal was small, likely no bigger than a rat, but its discovery was huge. It proved mammals lived alongside dinosaurs in Australia much earlier than expected. Steropodon had a strange jaw structure and teeth suited for crushing insects and small prey. It probably lived underground or near water, avoiding dinosaurs by staying hidden. Being small helped it survive for a time, but changing environments and competition from other mammals may have ended its lineage. Steropodon shows that even during the age of giants, tiny mammals were already experimenting with strange evolutionary paths in Australia. Murgon bat. The Murgon bat was one of the oldest bats ever found in Australia. It lived around 55 million years ago, making it one of the earliest known bats on Earth. This bat already had the ability to fly, which means powered flight evolved very fast in bat history. The Murgon bat was small, about the size of a modern microbat. It hunted insects at night and likely used early echolocation, though not as advanced as bats today. Even at this early stage, bats were already masters of the air. At the time, Australia was covered in dense rainforests. Flying gave the Murgon bat a huge advantage. It could escape predators, reach food easily, and live in trees where ground animals could not reach. So why did it go extinct? The species itself disappeared, but bats as a group survived. Climate changes slowly reshaped Australia. Rainforests shrank, and new bat species replaced older ones. The Murgon bat was part of an early experiment in bat evolution. Its fossils prove that Australia was one of the birthplaces of modern bats. While the species vanished, its legacy lives on in every bat flying today. Riversleigh rainforest koala. The Riversleigh rainforest koala lived around 25 million years ago. It was not like the modern koala. This koala lived in thick rainforests, not dry eucalyptus forests. Unlike today's slow and sleepy koalas, this one was more active. It had stronger limbs and a more flexible diet. It ate many types of leaves, not just eucalyptus. This made it healthier and more adaptable. Modern koalas are very picky eaters. That choice helped them survive for a while, but it also made them fragile. The Riversleigh koala shows koalas were once far better survivors. As Australia dried out, rainforests vanished. Eucalyptus forests spread, forcing koalas to specialize. The rainforest koala could not adapt fast enough. This species disappeared, leaving behind a weaker but more specialized descendant. The modern koala survived, but barely. The Riversleigh koala reminds us that evolution sometimes makes animals worse, not better. Kolopsis taurus. Kolopsis taurus was a strange extinct marsupial related to wombats and koalas. It lived around 10 million years ago and looked like a heavy, muscular tree climber. Kolopsis had strong arms, sharp claws, and thick bones. It likely lived both in trees and on the ground. It fed on leaves, fruits, and plants. This animal lived in forested Australia, where climbing was useful. But as forests disappeared, Kolopsis lost its advantage. It was too big for trees and too slow for open land. Other marsupials adapted better. Kangaroos learned to run. Wombats learned to dig. Kolopsis had no backup plan. Slow environmental change sealed its fate. Kolopsis taurus vanished quietly as Australia became dry and harsh. Bluff Downs Bandicoot. The Bluff Downs Bandicoot was an ancient relative of modern bandicoots. It lived around 5 to 10 million years ago in northern Australia. Back then, the area was not dry like today. It was a mix of forests, rivers, and open woodland. This bandicoot was larger than most modern ones. It had strong legs, a long snout, and sharp teeth. It was an omnivore, meaning it ate insects, small animals, roots, and plants. This flexible diet helped it survive for a long time, but even flexibility has limits. As Australia became drier, food sources changed fast. Insects declined. Soft soil became hard. Digging became harder. Fires became more common. Modern bandicoots adapted by becoming smaller and faster. They reproduced quickly and avoided danger by hiding. The Bluff Downs bandicoot was slower and needed richer environments. When habitats broke apart, its populations likely became isolated. That made extinction easier. One bad climate shift could wipe out entire groups. Its fossils show that even animals that seem adaptable can still lose. Evolution rewards speed and timing, not just strength. Chunia illuminata. Chunia illuminata was a tiny and mysterious mammal from ancient Australia. It lived around 55 million years ago, not long after dinosaurs went extinct. This makes it one of the earliest known Australian mammals. It was small, likely mouse-sized, and lived in trees. It fed on insects and fruits. Its body suggests it was agile and active at night. At the time, Australia was covered in rainforests. Chunia thrived in this environment, but as millions of years passed, the forests shrank. Small animals depend heavily on stable environments. When trees disappear, they lose shelter, food, and safety. Ground predators become a serious threat. Chunia illuminata did not survive these changes. Other mammals evolved better climbing skills or moved into new niches. Chunia stayed tied to forests that no longer existed. Its extinction happened quietly, without drama. No giant battle, no sudden disaster, just slow environmental change. Chunia reminds us that even the smallest animals are shaped by massive forces like climate and geography. Bramble Cay melomys. The Bramble Cay melomys was the most recent extinction on this list. It lived on a tiny island in the Torres Strait. Unlike the others, humans actually saw this animal alive. It was a small rodent, similar to a rat. It fed on plants and lived close to the ground. Its entire world was one island only a few meters above sea level. As sea levels rose, storms became stronger. Salt water flooded the island. Vegetation died. Food vanished. By the early 2000s, the melomys was gone. No predators, no hunting, just climate change. This extinction is important because it shows how fragile island species are. When space is limited, there is nowhere to run. The Bramble Cay melames became the first mammal officially declared extinct due to human-caused climate change. It is a warning from the present, not the past. If you've watched to this point, slam that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. This helps us to rank better in the YouTube algorithm.